from Malaysia. Today we are going to talk about the biogeographic characterization of blue whale songs worldwide, which means that we are using the blue whale song to identify the blue. So traditional studies haven't produced an accurate picture of blue whale population structure because they are under the ocean, right? So collecting samples with traditional markers such like external morphology, oceology may fail to detect the populations. So acoustic characters such as blue whale song is a better line of evidence which can help us to define the specific population of the blue whales. Because sound is can be easy to detect with spectrogram analysis. So why are we using blue whale song as evidence for population structures? Because their songs are likely to reflect the present day movement and associated pattern of the blue whales populations. And maybe there is a regional differences around the world, but which means that it's easier to be used to defining the population. And accordance recording of sounds offers a better and relatively samples of the specific size of population structure analysis around the world. So high intensity, low frequency, and long duration of vocalist call is a threat common to blue whale worldwide. This call can often form by repetitive multi-part songs which have been documented to be a constant practice over decades, which means that blue whale song has been recorded and reported since 1960s. So, why is the blue whale songs? Blue whale calls are among the most powerful, 188 decibel, and the lowest frequency sounds made by any animal. Their calls can often downstream tones around 30 to 80 hertz of moderate duration of 2 to 5 seconds. So the songs are like a phrase is called, like they are taught, they are communicating, just like that. The song can be divided into units, which are continuous segments of sounds and phrases. They can be classified as two units. One is pulse and one is phonon. And usually the 1 to 5 core units are combined to produce a phrase which song is combined with many phrases and of many repeated phrases. So the function of blue whale song. The main function is still not well understood, but mostly the scientific research found that it can be worked as a social functions. Social functions including frogging, mating, parental behavior, long-range contact, assembly, greeting, or spacing track to other animals. And also with the individual identification and sensing the environment. Their song can be detected for hundreds of kilometers. If under optimal conditions, it can be thousands of kilometers since sound is traveled faster under water, under liquid. There's a possibility that blue whale using song to identify their own population and to decrease population from neighboring ones. Just like us, we classify our population with our language or with our skin color. So let's talk about the methods for the recording samples. Some samples were recorded. Most of the samples were recorded from these following oceans: Northeast Pacific, Southeast Pacific, Southwest Pacific, North Pacific Ocean, North Atlantic, Southern Ocean, North Indian, Southeast Indian, and Southwest Indian. Some recording and sample and spectrograms of blue whale songs are taken from the public available literature, which means that that's in the decades ago, some researchers they are recorded. So the song will be studied as from as few as 10 songs to as many as 10,000 songs. So this is result that they're using the blue whale songs to defining their populations. There are 9 distinct regional types of songs that we recorded under these from these regions. We can see that the time span is really long from 4 decades, I think, because that song types are maintaining unchanged under these years. So this is the distribution of the Google songs. You can be classified into 9 regions. And this is the song patterns recorded from these 5 countries. Okay, type. There are 9 types of songs recorded in each region. The first type is the Northeast Pacific. It has been recorded off the coast of California since 1960s, and character of this song remains stable over the past 4 decades. It has 2 core units. The first unit is pulse, and the second unit is tone. Then, in these songs, the pulse unit always initiating the song sequence. And the second type is the Southeast Pacific. It has been recorded off the west coast of South America since 1970s, and over the 27 years, it still remains the same characters. It contains 3 pulse core units and 0 tonal units, and is closely spaced in time for total duration of 37 seconds, and is repeated for every 100 seconds. And the third type is recorded from New Zealand since 1960s, and it also undergo a great change in character over 33 years. And it has 4 core units, 3 pulse units, 1 tonal unit. And the total duration is about 55 seconds and repeated every 108 seconds. And the fourth type is the North Pacific. It's the first reported recording made in 1960 and consists of 2 to 4 tonal units with frequency around 20 Hz. There has been reported that there are 6 different core units being reported. Research suggests that maybe there's a seasonal migration of others population of whale, so the core units may be different from other units. The duration is lasts from 5 to 20 seconds, repeated for every 85 to 95 seconds. You can see that there's other 3 tonal songs being recorded. So there's a chance that migration of others population of whale. And the 5th type is the North Atlantic. The first simulation was made in 1959, but the described details in 1982. It consists of single tonal unit near 19 Hz, and each phrase got 2 units, which means the 2 units are both phrases by the single tonal unit. And the 6th is the Southern Ocean. Is recently reported from Ocean America in 1997 and consists of 3 tonal units with frequency near 20 Hz, and is repeated for about 65 seconds. And the 7th type is the North Indian, reported in 1984 at Sri Lanka and consists of 4 units, 3 pulse and 1 tonal. And it's a very long duration because it's repeated for about every 210 seconds. And the 8th type is from the Southwest Indian. It's always observed in water off northern and southwestern Australia in 1993, and it's only heard in the southern summer and autumn. This theory suggests that there's a seasonal migration of blue whales around this area, and it's consisted of 4 pulse units and 1 tonal core unit. The total duration is about 2 minutes and repeated every 3 minutes. And the last type is from Southwest India. It is recorded south of Alaska in 2002, and it's consisted of 2 core units with total duration of 1 minute and repeated every 90 to 100 seconds. And there's a variant song consisting of 5 minutes, 2 pulse and 3 tonal, as repeated every 200 seconds. And then the song is recorded from this place, Biogeographic, because there suggests there's also a seasonal migration from the other whales. Okay. So from this 9 type of song, we classify into 3 categories because of their similar categorization. The first categories from the Pacific Ocean, California, Chile, and New Zealand. And the second category are North Pacific, North Atlantic, and Southern Ocean. The third categories are from Sri Lanka, Fremantle, and Biogeographic. So this is the song pattern that from these 3 categories. We can see that these 3 patterns look like the same. They have really short durations and high frequency. And from this For the second categories, they are more or less same. They are also short duration. And for the third categories, we can see that they got longer duration and they are repeated very frequent. So the differences between the three category songs, only the first categories, they have only pulse chord units. They got no tonus. And if the tonal chord units contain a higher harmonics, but I'm sorry, I tell you wrong. It's a pulse chord unit. Sorry. So and the second categories, they have only tonal chord units. They are lacking harmonics. They are like this. They are got no high. They have got no what to call it. They are more like this. They are moving like this. And the second categories are moving like only this. Very peaceful. And the third categories are the pulse and tonal units. They are more complex. They are more complex compared with the first and second category.
20 seconds left.
So you can see that the first categories are in the intermediate length, and the second categories are short circles, and the third categories are really long. And that's for conclusions. The blue whale songs provide a new means for categorizing the blue whale population.
Okay, time's up. Stop. Okay, so more than 12 minutes.
So just move to the
Yeah, Q&A. Echo. Daniel. Ray.
他加油了，他之后给你介绍。
I know.
It's I know.
Sherry. Odina. Echo.
Can you explain the picture of the defining of the storm again, please? Yeah, this one. How can we understand this line? What this is mean? And what is the picture of the line and
about the line, right? The line is about the
消防火警测试，消防火警测试，如有指明民众，请勿听他。
Go on.
Yeah, line is like recorded about this is time. The time that is being recorded repeated under this time. So it's under the spectrogram that means that around this in these 20 seconds there are bits of sound recorded for the spectrogram.
Okay, it's now well explained, but I will move on. Daniel.
So today discuss what these songs represent in the essay.
I will answer the question. Your questions like does that describe the function of the song, right?
The meaning of each song.
Okay, the meaning of each song is not really described because we are defining the population. We are not defining the function of the songs. Okay, so most songs are work as a social function, which having is that here is very wrong. Including maybe they are communicating like us, but with their language, they are spoken also manner and they are high intelligence.
Okay, Sherry.
The research says that the blue whale can separate into nice population. But what if they see at when they're facing the different condition? So why can you just use the different song type to separate the population.
Okay, there's a good question. Okay, I'll answer your question. Why using the why you mean that why there are 9 types of songs, but what if there are for other conditions that the song is repeated at the same frequency but it's not for the same population, right? But okay, we can see that these are 5 types of from the other oceans. You can see that the song patterns are very not similar of each other. Because we are recording the songs, even if we are the same persons, right? We speak very differently because we got our own essence, right? Because we are not from the same background, right? So the blue whale population also same like this. Because of the region, maybe also their background, they also have an essence. So the song patterns like their essence songs, the researchers can classify the population by using the spectrogram how to say that? To classify their population with their song patterns. Not by the songs, not by the sounds, but by the spectrogram patterns.
Next, Cortina.
You said there are 6 types of songs. Could you tell me more about what 6 types of songs mean? Specific and concise.
Excuse me, can you repeat that?
Blue whale has, you told me there are 6 types of songs. And could you tell me more detail what this type of songs mean and specific and concise?
6 types of songs. There are actually got 9 types of songs.
Oh.
Sorry. So I don't really understand what.
Can you just repeat the question?
Yeah, please,
What's the question?
What's the question?
The 9 types of songs, what's the difference?
What are the differences? Okay, we first look at this first categories. And the second categories, the song patterns. And the third categories. We have noticed that the first categories, because they are consist only pulse units, so their frequency is more likely higher, and their duration is more short, like in the median length. But in the second categories, they only got tonus units, tonal cost. So their frequency is a little bit lower, and their duration is the shortest. We can see the differences between these two. And lastly, for the third categories, they are considered of pulse and tonal units. So they are more complex compared to the second and the first one.
Volunteer questions. Please.
How to differentiate the tonal and the pulse?
Okay, the pulse is a little bit higher pitch. Pulse is higher pitch, and tone is a more like a, how do you say that? More peacefully sounds. There are no higher frequencies, they are at a lower frequencies.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Other volunteer questions? What's your name?
Kevin Chen.
Okay.
So you put 9 area to 3 categories. So is there any location related to this 9 area in these 3 categories? The some of C didn't connect to each other.
That's a good question. So I will answer the question. You are like asking like, is there any, is there any, maybe there's why the song patterns are across in the area, right?
Yes.
Yeah. because it's due to do you know that the underground of sea is different shape, right? Because they maybe got a sea volcano and some things like that. And we both know that whales live under the seas. Maybe they got the sea mountain, so they need to change their tone or pulse so they can communicate with each other. So that's why regional difference maybe makes the song better difference. So, does this answer the question?
Weiter. Okay, so first of all, because we spoke over time, so the very first thing you should do is to reduce the slides and reduce the text. And I think based on your performance during the QA session, I'm sure you could have done better by reducing the text count, the word counts, and rely on, because often you read the text here and then you follow the text here by saying which means. Okay, that's a signal to me that you can rewrite or present in your own words. My feeling is that based on the wording here, these are text from the paper mostly, and I actually do not encourage you to do that by just pasting or extracting text from the paper, because they are not that easy to understand. Especially if it's a long text like this, I simply stop reading for text like this. So you should definitely first reduce the word count. And if you still need to stick to, or you need to use more than 2 lines, please highlight the keywords so that I don't need to read them all, because it's so exhausting to read so many texts. Okay. And another thing is, I actually think you chose an easy material to present. Every few years, there are 1 to 2 students presenting topics regarding to bioacoustics. And usually when students who choose this topic, very often they simply do that. They just go to the internet and Google maybe whale sounds, and probably you will find a lot of recordings. And then they will play the recordings as part of the introduction to give you a better feeling. I think previous years even heard like a fish talking or or some shrimp giving sounds. These are all very interesting, and you will get people's attention. So please look for materials like that and play. Maybe some of them even match the spectrogram here. I don't know. Okay. So you can definitely make your talk much more interesting if you look for the appropriate material and cut these extremely detailed information. I think when you were reading through from here to here, I think my ears was like, okay. So please avoid this. If you really want to describe, you should stick here. And there was some of you, the student who was asking, what was pulse and what was tonal, right? So if I were you, when introducing the spectrogram, I would just first use maybe one classical example and explain first what is the spectrogram. The x-axis is what, y-axis is what is the pulse and what is the tonal. And then you use the graph to explain the difference. And then if there are some other information, you just print next to the graph instead of this. Because this is totally disconnected from the data. And it's really difficult to get people's attention to slides like this. So I think you can save a lot of time. Okay. And like you have tried to do many times, you try to humanize your presentation subject. Like you want to say, we also talk, we communicate, and we have different songs. Like people in Taiwan, people in Hong Kong, in China, their songs sounds different. So I think it's a good way to try to humanize your research subject, and this will get people's comprehension, like they comprehend the topic better than you just describe these details. That's a good part of this talk. Okay, so let's thank Alan, and welcome our last speaker, would